Hello children, in this video let us discuss about Roman numerals. You might have seen in the old clocks or in front of your classes these Roman numbers. If your class is to be mentioned in front of your classroom, it will be written in some alphabets. I hope you all would have seen to it. Or in the old clocks, instead of numbers 1 to 12, you can see the alphabet combinations written there. All those things are called as Roman numerals. That is, when a number is written with a combination of alphabets, it is called as Roman numerals. So we are going to learn them. Here, let me show you some basic Roman numerals what we have gone through already. So instead of 1, how will we write using alphabet? We'll write a capital I. 2 can be written as capital letter I 2 times. When 3 capital I's are written together, that is number 3. When an I and a V is written together, then it is number 4. You can see only V, if it is written, that represents the number 5. Similarly, V and 1 I together, it is 6, 7, 8, it moves on. When you look at 9 and 10, you can see there are new alphabets introduced there. That is, when you're writing 9, it is I and X. When it is 10, it is X. And let me show you the basic alphabets which are playing the major role in creating Roman numerals. First one is I, which represents 1. Second one is V, that represents 5. Next is X, that represents 10. And 50 is represented using L. 100 is represented using C. 500 is represented using D. And finally, M represents 1000. So these alphabets remains the basis to generate other Roman numerals for the other numbers. Okay, before creating them, let us discuss some rules. There are a set of rules to write a Roman numeral. Let us discuss them. The first rule is, if a symbol is repeated, its value is added as many times it occurs. So here you can see there is an example given for you. X, if it is written once, it means 10. When you write 2x together, that means it is 20. When you write 3x, it is 30. That's what a symbol when it is repeated. According to the repetition, the value will be increased. That's it. So the second rule, a symbol is not repeated more than 3 times, but the symbols V, L and D are never repeated. You can see the symbols are repeated only 3 times and not more than that. Only 3 times. If it is I, it will be repeated only 3 times. No, we will not put 4I together. This is same for all the alphabets which are used for creating Roman numerals. And you should notice V, L and D are never repeated. The rule 3. If a symbol of smaller value is written to the right of a symbol of greater value, its value gets added to the value of greater symbol. So if you write a smaller symbol after the bigger symbol, then you will add them. You look at the example. VI we have written, which is equal to V represents 5 and I represents 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Then you have the symbol of 10 followed by the symbol of 2. So 10 plus 2 is 12. Third one, you have LXV. Here L represents 50. Then X represents 10. V represents 5. When you add them, you get 65. So LXV is the Roman numeral of the number 65. Where is the rule 4? If a symbol of smaller value is written to the left of a symbol of greater value, its value is subtracted from the value of greater symbol. So the reverse. If I write a greater number symbol after the smallest one, there will be subtraction. Here you see, in the first one I have IV. Here I represents 1, V represents 5. So a bigger number is coming after a smaller number. So what we will do, we will subtract them, the bigger number minus smaller. So 5 minus 1 is 4. In the second one you see, I and a X. I represents 1, X represents 10. So a bigger number is coming after the smaller number. So 10 minus 1, bigger minus smaller. 10 minus 1 is 9. So I and x together when we write, it represents number 9. Next you can see XL. So here x represents 10. L means 50. So a bigger number is coming after a smaller number. So what we will do, bigger minus smaller. 50 minus 10, you'll get 40. So the Roman numeral for 40 is XL. And XC, another example is XC. X is 10, C is 100. Again the same format. So bigger minus smaller, 100 minus 10, you get 90. So XC is the Roman numeral for the number 90. Rule number 5. The symbols V, L and D are never written to the left of a symbol of greater value. That is, V, L and D are never subtracted. So we never subtract V, L and D from anything. They will not be subtracted at any cost. So you should keep all these 5 things in your mind. Now we'll see some example. Here we are going to write the Roman numeral for the given question. Your first question is 69. So 69, first we will separate it. We'll separate it as 60 plus 9. Now, how can I write 60? Shall I write it as 50 plus 10? I'm doing so because I know the symbols for writing 10, 50, 100 and so on. So when I write 50 plus 10, I know to write the symbol for 50. I know to write the Roman numeral for 10. And also I know to write the Roman numeral for number 9. So that's why I'm just splitting it. Now, 50 can be written as L, 10 can be written as X, and 9 can be written as IX. So LX, IX will be the Roman numeral for 69. See the second one, it is 98. So I'm writing it as 90 plus 8. Now 90 can be written as 100 minus 10. So now 100 can be written as C, 10 can be written as X, and 8 can be written as V111, that is VIII. Here you can notice 100 represents C, but it comes second. Why? Because greater number minus smaller, the last fourth thing what we learned is put into action. I hope you all understood this. Thank you, children.